Collins Aerospace is part of this year's Remarkable Women contest here on Fox 39, and since today is International Women's Day, we thought we'd sit down with one of the incredible women who works at Collins. Michelle got a chance to chat with Andrea last week.
Andrea Wilkinson is here with me tonight from Collins Aerospace. Hey Andrea, how are you?
Good, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so we're celebrating International Women's Day tonight, which is the best day.
Right, absolutely.
It absolutely is. And I know it means a lot to you working in a field that a lot of people maybe didn't expect a lot of women to get into. But
right.
You work at Collins. Tell us a little bit about it.
I do. So I started at Collins fresh out of college. Actually, I started there when I was in college. It has transformed from a very few amount of females into quite a few in the workforce, whether it's engineering, finance, quality, all over the place. We're seeing more and more.
Which is really great.
It is, it's amazing.
So what do you do there?
I am a general manager for our Plant 1 facility, which is the smaller facility, but it is the original facility. So I have operations, I have program, I have engineering, everyone under one roof, and we all support sending out gearboxes and starters and pumps to the various manufacturers.
So you said you started in college, so you clearly thought about this, right? It wasn't an accident. How'd you get into this industry?
So my mom was actually started at Collins and she retired 32 years ago.
Wow.
So having that experience and that background from the company, that I knew it was great. I knew what they worked on, the various commercial and military applications, as well as some of the space stuff that they do as well.
And you've been there for a little while, so you've seen it grow and change and more women be a part of the organization, but it's still male dominated. So what's it like to be a woman in a male dominated industry like that?
It is. I think it's growing. I think just diversity itself is growing. We're continuing to improve ourselves and become more diverse. However, I think building the mutual respect amongst one another and trying just to figure out how to get as much information as we can from one another and build a team.
Yeah. Little girls are dreaming big these days. I loved, one of the things that makes me so happy, Barbie, when she's doing all these fun jobs, right? Like there's probably an Andrea Barbie out there doing your job. So what do you think that girls who are dreaming about careers someday, why should they consider working in STEM?
In STEM, I think, just having the background, liking to build stuff, just figuring out how things work. I remember as a little girl, that's the one thing I loved doing. When my mom would get furniture or something like that, I just wanted to rip it open and start to build it. They have all these new Legos, they have all sorts of stuff that I think is just really important, not just for women, but for everyone to try and learn and understand how things work. I think that having that ability and just pursuing that, what you like to do, and having the path to actually do that is what's the most important.
And I love knowing that Collins has so much diversity and so many women working there, because I know, working in media is also a male-dominated industry. Like, finding a woman who's already doing it is the easiest way to find a mentor and find someone to help you and teach you, because some things might be a little more difficult than, a male in a male-dominated industry.
Yeah, so we are working on our DE&I stuff, which is diversity, equity, and inclusivity, and trying to pair people up with one another.
Cool.
So that is something that we are striving to do. We have a lot of new initiatives this year. We're working with our ERGs. So we are continuously improving to keep going.
I think we learn so much from other people than books.
Yes.
I hope that's okay to say. I'm like, I learn a lot better from someone else who's helping me figure out whether it's actually figuring out your job or figuring out what you want to do.
Right.
I think, human connection is huge, and we missed out on that for a little while. So it's time to bring back.
Yeah, I think that's one thing, growing up in engineering and having the background from the books and translating that to a job is very different. From college, you have your baseline, but then it's understanding how to actually apply that and working with the various teams. And yes, most of them are male, but there's females in there and we learn from one another.
Absolutely. So last question, how do we support STEM in the community?
Oh, that's a great question. So STEM in the community, we are doing a lot of job shadowing amongst all of the schools in the Rockford area. We have also paired up with NIU and the RPS high schools to do talks with engineers. So our engineers go to the schools or the schools come to our facilities. And then lastly, we have been doing quite a bit with some of the elementary schools where they have STEM night, and we go and we represent STEM from Collins.
That's so cool. I
Yes,
don't think they had
it's
that
so
when
fun.
I was a kid.
They did not have that when I was a kid.
So if you want to get in touch with Collins, you can check out everything on your screen right now and get in touch with them there. Thank you so much for celebrating International Women's Day with us.
Thank you for having me.
Dominique will be back in just a minute with Game Day.